Hello, Turtle WoW enthusiasts and other community members. I've realized, literally while that news video was premiering, that I left the wrong date on it. That video kind of got away from me when I was editing it. I was up till 1 a.m. So when I went to go schedule my post news premiere stream, I'm like, oh, it's going to be tomorrow at 5. But I didn't realize the day had already shifted over, so it had been scheduled for essentially tomorrow at 5. That might have confused some people. Might be. Alright, we'll give it a couple seconds, wait for some people to file in before I start getting going on. The changelog for this week is out, which is nice. We do have that. Yeah, dang, yep. All the dates are wrong. Oh well. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Alright. So, let's see here. Let's get rid of that. Oh wait, that's right. I have my derpy song. Hold on. I have this thing. I don't know if it's loud enough. It's probably gonna be loud enough. Okay, I'm just gonna turn that down a little bit. How do I... Hopefully you guys can hear my voice over the music. Ideally, I'd like the music just to be kind of background. Add a little... Oh, okay, you just stopped. Okay, there it is. All right. Yeah, I've been dropping the ball lately with audio mixing. I got kind of lazy and then I didn't touch anything. All right, thank you, Shadow Kitten. Okay, so let's see. There's a couple things that are worth talking about. I want to tackle the changelog first. There's a couple announcements that are either like going to drop very soon or are very close to in the works. Acolyx leaked a couple things to me, so we're gonna talk about that afterwards too. And then afterwards, I can field any questions people might have about what's going on with the event this weekend. But I'll be looking to chat, so don't worry about that. All right. Okay, so changelog. Also, before we even really get into the meat and potatoes of changelog, love this artwork. Although it does kind of panic me because it looks like the Four Horsemen. It looks like they're out of place. Uh-oh. Has the pull gone sideways? All right. So yeah, a lot more points than last week. Last week we had like 6. But yeah, we'll get right to these. This one right off the top. This is a big deal. If I go to... I'm pretty sure... I have, like, obviously, I just made some data for Black Lotus. If I take a look at... market... Yeah, this one will probably do well. Oh wait, don't do that. All right, we'll see if I can just show you this briefly. So this is Can I? Nope. Well, that doesn't show scale. So this is all the historical data, pretty much, that I've gathered on Black Lotus. Like, literally since I started collecting data on May 22nd of 2023. So what you can see here is that pretty much it's been steadily going up, which I don't think is a surprise to anyone, but it helps you understand like the level of scale that we're dealing with for Black Lotus. And on this one, you can see that like we are pretty much at as high as it's ever been. One thing I'd like to point out to you though is if you look right here, this little trough. So this first initial climb, there was a change, I want to say around this time when people, I think it was Lexi who helped promote this, but what happened was Black Lotus started going from like sub 20 to like getting closer to 30, and that had a lot of people worried. Now this was like, server was a lot smaller back then, but I also might be misremembering this as the previous year, but at this point in time, there was a point in time where Black Lotus wouldn't just come out of herbs. And I think they might have adjusted it at one point, and this is what this spike represents. Also, it was a very busy time for the server. This was right around the patch drop, and then it mellowed out again, but it's been steadily and slowly growing. Right here, this drop-off, this one right here, this is right around the time the announcement for the Lashers was made. So there was a lot less... there's a lot of instability, but it's still growing, right? So we're getting closer to like 60 gold for a Black Lotus. So, you know, I don't think it's controversial to say something should be done about that. Let's get back to that. And now I have to adjust everything because I did that to myself. Yeah, so the adjustment, as we're seeing here, is drop rate from low-level herbs from 4 to 4 from 2%. That's pretty massive. I don't know why they wrote low-level herbs. I think what they meant to write is high-level herbs, because I think the cutoff is like Golden Sansam, where you can get a chance for Black Lotus. Anything higher, like Dream Foil and higher, can give you a chance. But this will hopefully help a lot. I'll check in on that. I bet you... Huh. Now I'm too curious. I hate being curious. Guys, it's a curse. Wow, auctions. I mean, we'll see if anything just happened, because this announcement happened today a little earlier. Let's go to Turtle WoW, Nordinar, Black Lotus. Alright, so... Nope, it's still sitting high. The price hasn't... I don't think anyone's noticed. So if you have Black Lotus and you're hoping to make a bunch of money, you might want to sell. Alright. The 4 horsemen will now prioritize attacking players rather than pets. I didn't know this was a thing. I don't know if anyone has done 4 horsemen and has experienced this. But that's pretty wild. Does that mean like pets were like taunting them? I'd have to look into this one. This one's kind of crazy. Patchwork will skip immune targets for Hateful Strike. I'm assuming paladins with their mega bubble, maybe? Or, well, if you have a lip, right, lips work like the paladin bubble, so that should remove you from combat, so I'm not sure what this would be. Are there effects that don't take you out of combat that make you immune to damage? I'll have to look into this one. This one's also weird. Fix an exploit in the Gothic encounter related to feign death. Okay. Man, we have 3 back-to-back Oh, 4 actually. Okay, yeah, 4 back-to-back Nax Ramus changes, so I think exploiters are still doing what they can, but it's a game of cat and mouse with those people, it seems. Guardians of Icecrown will no longer get stuck. On what? The Guardians of Icecrown, by the way, are the big beetles at the end of the KT encounter. So if I do Guardians of Icecrown Cloud. Yeah, I should just have Turtle WoW's database up. Turtle. What? Oh, why did I do that? Alright, there's the database. Guardian of Ice Crown. There it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And we go to the Wowhead page. Yeah. See, it is the big beetles. So these guys are getting stuck on something? Huh. So that could also be an exploit, or that could have just been like something annoying that someone noticed and it got fixed. Either way, that's interesting. We have fixed the Black Hand Incinerator not correctly channeling Encage Emberseer. Incarcerator. I think this is part of the Horde Onyxia attunement. It's been a while since I've done one. I literally just swore it off after doing it once in Rogue. I hate that quest chain. Oh, alright. Players will no longer be flagged for PvP when attacking Lord Gregor Leskovar for the quest The Attack. Alright. No, we have flagged for PvP when attacking Dashel Stonefist. Alright. Durability has been removed from bandage shirts. I got one of the bandage shirts. I didn't notice that, although I don't think you'd ideally want to use them for combat. They don't have armor. Do they? Bandage shirt? I'll just look up bandage. Bandage while they have it. There's the bandage gloves. Oh wow, they really do have durability. But they're a shirt. What? Okay, alright, fair enough. Sorry, you guys can't see that, but what I'm looking at right there is it actually says they have durability. Which is wild to me. Like, that's not supposed to happen. Because shirts, like necklaces, a couple other item slots don't have durability. I guess shirts just kind of got left out of that conversation. Alright. The item Nature's Call will no longer appear behind the back during shooting. I don't know this item. Nature's... I'm doing it to you guys again. Nature's Call. I'm looking something up on the database. And not sure... Well, you guys can't see that again. I try to have things cut off so it's nicely cropped for you guys, but sometimes I don't get everything I want. Yeah, that's a pretty good bow. I'm assuming this drops from an Emerald Sanctum boss or a chest. 1% hit, 25% armor pen. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think. Hunter mains can tell me otherwise if you believe otherwise. All right. Recipe Gilnea's hot stew is now categorized under cooking recipes. I wonder what it was categorized under before. Added a loot table for the NPC Geomancer Flint Dagger. I think that's a rare spawn elite. I actually think I've seen this guy. Remove the Duratar Labor Union reputation from the quest Broken Cliff Inspection. That's just a bug fix. The Battleground start announcer has been reinstated without announcing in chat that the blood ring has started. Okay. PvP people out there, tell me if that matters. Remove the hidden requirement of 10 lesser bloodstone ore from the craft of ornate bloodstone dagger. I've heard a lot of people talk about this weapon. And some theory crafting, if people don't know, I'm doing it again. Ornate bloodstone. We'll get this here. All right, so plans, 50 tokens of blood. Okay. It teaches you how to make the dagger, that's really cool. But how do I make? Show me the weapon. All right, fine. Here's the weapon. All right, so I mean, I don't know if it's hidden if I can see it on the database, but fair enough. You don't see the notes? You should see... Well, I mean, not right now. I don't have the changelog notes up, but they should be up. I'm just showing off the bloodstone dagger. AF, I don't know if you're late, maybe? I don't know if you're behind, but from my side, I'm showing the bloodstone dagger right now. But yeah, it says lesser bloodstone ore. Maybe there was something glitched about how the recipe showed. This is a lot of different things to get. Yeah, I know AF, that happens. Also, if anyone ever feels like they're behind, like, in where I am at with talking, just hit refresh. It usually fixes the problem. All right, back to the notes. There's only a couple more points. And yep. Oh, sorry, just one more. Fix the teaching target for Formula Eternal Dreamstone Shard. What? This item I've actually openly complained to team members about because it's been very, like... So just to let you know, if you have the Scythe of Elune, you are led to believe that at a certain point you will need Eternal Dreamstone Shards. All right? So, just to contextualize this a little bit, go back here. What was it called? It was called Eternal Dreamstone Shard. Eternal Dreamstone Shard. So, this is a very, very difficult to get recipe. It has a 1% chance to drop off of, oh, you guys can't see that again. Solnius, who is one of the bosses in Emerald Sanctum. Now, this is an enchanting recipe that binds when picks up. You need, I don't think anyone even knows. I think people have theorized that it's 10, so you need 10 of these. And these are made with, and this is what's brutal. 5 Fading Dream Fragments, 25 Arcane Essence, 25 Bright Dream Shards, 10 Nexus Crystals, 5 Black Lotus, and 80. That's not a typo. That's 80 Living Essence. To make one of these. And here's the kicker. I don't know if I can show this. I don't know if it does show it. So all right. Well, all right. You see in the upper right, 604,800 second cooldown. Wow. That's a pretty long cooldown where I come from. In fact, because I am desperately bad at math, let me just check. Let me check how long that is. I'm gonna use AI because it just seems easier. So if we have 604 800 seconds, 604 800 seconds is how long? All right, I am using make sure I'm not doxing myself. Okay, I think we're good. What do you guys think about that? That's a 1 week cooldown. No, Kois. That's literally what people are reporting. This isn't like when they did Flourish and they put an extra number in. This is deliberate. You can only get this number if you deliberately want a week cooldown, because this is exactly 1 week. So what we're looking at is and this isn't even confirmed, by the way, but it is believed that you will need 10 of these to continue in the Scythe of Elune quest. So that's 10 weeks. That's 140 Arcanite. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Hold on, where was it? I just had it up. So all these numbers times 10. So 50 Freighting Dream Fragments, 25, wait, no, times 10. That's 50 Black Lotus. Can you see what I'm, like, this is already a ridiculous recipe, right? With a week-long cooldown, and it only has a 1% drop chance. Now, for scale, remember, Emerald Sanctum is a 40-man that the team is not choosing to scale. So it's roughly always at least like a 30-ish man versus Karazhan, which is a 10-man. So you are going to have more people with Scythe of Elune. You're going to have more people with this item by far than you're going to have people with the pattern they need to get the item. I foresee drastic consequences for this. Koi says, I assume it has to be at night. That would actually be funny if you could only make it at night. I mean, like, even if it wasn't night where you are, you would at least have to go to a different continent. Yeah, actually, speaking of that, let me try to get one of those up. WoW auctions. Oh, Eternal Dreamstone. Oh, it did not like that. Sorry. I typed Eternal Dreamstone. So it knows it exists, right? Application error. So there's a chance there's none on the auction house, but there could be some. You'll have to check in game, but I definitely foresee some pretty big issues. If anyone's in game and can let me know how much it's, if you can see if there's any of them, let me know. I should probably start tracking that if it's available to be tracked. That could be one of the reasons. I can also check with the guy who runs WoW auctions. Like, I have like a pseudo partnership with him. If you check, like, look at this. So if we go to like pretty much any item, I check out Black Lotus again. Check out this. The homie actually, this link just brings you to my YouTube page. That was really nice of him. His name's Doga. He's the guy that runs this whole site. He's the guy that made, you can't see it, there's a Discord bot in the upper right hand corner that you can use too. So, and you can, if you really like this service, consider buying him a coffee. He makes all these really nice, robust market analysis tools available to all of you. So, you know, I'll always shout out my guy. All right. So that is actually it for the changelog. Not Doga. His name is Doga. It's I'll spell it Doga. I think he's probably in the Turtle Wow Discord. You can try looking him up. But yeah, he's the guy that he has like fleets of bots that just do price scanning. Cool dude. I've worked with him. Most of what I do when I help him is like be like, hey, they've added like when they added miniature cannonballs, for instance, and Doomshot as like a bind on equip item. I was like, hey, this item's now available. Will be on the auction house. Like he'll change stuff in the database to start scanning it. So from that angle, he's an absolutely cool dude. He helps make sure everything's updated. And if you also look, like there are on the right side, I believe these recipes are updated as well. Like you can break down stuff for like, you know, alchemy. Oh, like look, you know, making a gurubashi. Like I know I know this recipe. Oh, I'm not showing a good one. I know the Arcanite bar recipe because it's an arcane crystal and a thorium bar. And it shows you how much they're selling for, the total cost of the material, and what kind of profit you can get. So this roughly tells you that, like, if you're getting paid 7 gold for a transmute, you're probably getting shorted right now, just because you could make that amount of gold yourself. So if someone's paying for convenience, you might want to consider charging more, for like, just for instance. But like stuff like this is all because, you know, he's been able to go through the recipes and check everything. So yeah. All right. So what tasty bit do I want to cover next? Let me see here. I think I have, what is this? This is, oh yes, current topic. Let's change the name of this. New announcements. And I'll bring that up. Oh, I left it down here. Okay. All right. So, in the Turtle Wow News Discord, which is just where I gather a lot of news and information for the show, I have... What do they have me signed in as? Oh yeah, I am Vrograg over here. I forgot. Now, let me try to adjust this to be a little better for your viewing pleasure. I'll go up a little bit, friend. All right. So... whoever this person is, SaltStomach4082, posts, is there any news the Turtle Wow staff can share ahead of the 1.17.2 patch with regards to the class changes, please? Would generate a lot of hype if we are able to get a glimpse of some of them. Akalix an hour ago says, keep an eye out for something in our upcoming profession trailer. Never know what you might notice. So I was aware that there was a big announcement coming out. I don't know if this is even it, but that certainly piques my interest. Hello, the Merv. Hello. Okay, so there's going to be a profession trailer. I don't know. presumably they're going to finally be announcing what the new profession is, right? Because they've teased that. Well, yeah, AF, to a certain extent, he does like gaslighting us, but, I mean, I've worked with Achelix long enough that I kind of know when he has his business face on and when he has a little wry grin behind what he's saying. The fact that he linked this to me, said, like, soon, usually tells me that something will be dropping soon. I would love to know what, if any chatters here have ideas of what the new profession might be. I have some theories, but, nothing concrete, we'll say. So, like, yeah, Kois, it could be jewel crafting, but we haven't had that confirmation. And if there's one thing I know about the team, they in general try to avoid doing what Blizzard did. So if they have an excuse to just not do what Blizzard did, they won't. I've heard some people say, like, woodworking. I've heard some people say, like rune crafting or something like that, or like glyph making. I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm all here for exciting things. Also, I'm pretty sure that... Oh, I'm just checking to make sure I don't accidentally breach confidentiality. Oh, hold on. Oh, I wish Achelix was here to tell me if I could leak this or not. I feel like if I did leak it before I'm supposed to, it's not the worst thing, right? I mean, because Achelix did tell me that the announcement was going to be today. And he did post it in a pseudo-public channel, which we've all agreed is a pseudo-public channel. So I'm gonna say that even if it was a mistake, I'm gonna show it. So my logic flawless. Let me see here. I'll try to put this somewhere. That didn't save. Save image. Streaming. I can't tell you how important it is to have a sensical file system when you make content, but it helps if you remember how you set up your files. Stream pics. I'm just gonna put you here. There you go. And then... Sorry, just give me a second. I know also you can very easily just share a screen, but I am so paranoid of doxing myself. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to get swatted, guys. I'll have it up in a second. Stream pics, there it is, and... There it is. Get rid of that. Alright, and we will change this on the stream. This one goes out to any Tel'abim watchers. This announcement might have already been made too. There's a chance that I'm like giving old news and I just haven't seen it yet. But if you watch the news carefully, I did tease that I got confirmation about something like this happening. So there will be... Also, I do want it to be known that this could also be a first draft and they need to change something. Like, I don't know. It could be 50. It could be another number. I don't know. I haven't seen this. This might just be a draft. So take everything you see here with a grain of salt. Acalix left us in a channel that has public access. So I am showing it to all of you. If you are on Tel'abim, or maybe if you're thinking about doing Tel'abim, the Anchorage War effort has begun. Rise to the challenge and ring the gong with a 50% bonus experience. So I'm assuming this will be a buff of some kind that will be on players while they're playing on the server. It's pretty good. Yeah. So that's as breaking a news story as I can give you, where it's kind of gray area, but I feel comfortable enough sharing that I don't think I'll get nuked by Acalix. And even though I did, it's something he's going to announce today, evidently, so it should be fine. A lot of times, I have a news episode ready to go, and Acalix will try to, like, let me know something, and I'm like, sorry, man, it's already in the can. Like, it's already, like, edited and waiting to be, like, premiered, so I can't really change course. Let's see. I did get a DM today as well that I wanted to I'm not gonna show the DMs. Yes. A user named Penguino/Icebear messaged me. My Kara 10 pug group set a personal record of clearing Kara 10 in 40 minutes. I know you guys can't even really see that, but I'll just do a screenshot here. Alright, hopefully I don't flashbang anyone here. There you go. I got this DM. Which, I think there's been some talk about me covering speedrun stuff, so they wanted to let me know that. I don't know how you would speedrun Kara. I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't even know if people really track 10-mans. But it's fascinating. I told them I would give them a shout out on stream, so here we are. So shout outs to you, Penguino, and all of your speedrunning attempts. I'll also try to see if Vida has any interest in keeping records for these. Might be cool. And also, just in general, during the news story, the news that I released, I had a lot of really great experiences with Mortality. They were super friendly, very helpful. I tried to not be obtrusive or obnoxious while they were raiding, and, that was a fun experience. I also got to spend some time with, I can probably show some of the footage of that. I could show you guys some B-roll I didn't end up using. Did I even change? I didn't even save it. I'll pause the music for a second. This is a different thing. All right, let's get this a little bigger. I'm definitely gonna mute this. I don't know if anything they said is something they want to be heard. But I spent some time with, I think these people were, there it is. I spent some time in Discord with some, this nice, there's a warlock here. Yeah, that warlock right there summoned me out to, now if you look closely, I'm level 12. I should not be in Solithis. This is terrifying for me. But you know, I wanted to see how the bug bash was going. You know, it's an important story. It's an important part of the culture and history of any server. You know, what happens during the bug bash, what happens during the war effort, all that. Wanted to give a shout out to some of these guys. A horde group got me summoned out there so I could take a look around. And while I was there, a alliance group invited me into their Discord, and I chatted with them for a while. You can actually see in this, I actually try to talk and say to an alliance person. I'm that bad at the game. I actually thought I could. I forgot it was a PvP server. But yeah, here's, you know, this is some of the B-roll footage of me just desperately. I think I'm pretty sure I died at some point. I must have. Yep, there it is. I wonder where it got me. Here I am in stealth. In Solithis, way under leveled. I do not belong here. You can do the Ralph Wiggum "I'm in danger" meme and it wouldn't be too much. Vogie, the TMOG competition will be this weekend. I spent some time to make a announcement. I realize now you guys have no music again. That's on me. That's on me. I really wonder what got me. Oh, yeah, there it is. So look, I'm stealthed here. Okay, you can't see it, but you see how far away I am from that scorpion? That scorpion saw me that far away while in stealth and said, "Nah, you gotta go." So it was an adventure. I can show you guys some of the stuff I have planned. Let me just get rid of this. Actually, go to my office where I had this all written out, and I tested it to make sure the thing came out right. There's like problems sometimes with the server or the Discord when you try to post something, and if you need to edit it, it's a problem. I will do that. And all right. So this is you'll see that you can find this right now in the Turtle WoW events channel. So as you can see, I have a fun little picture, a little image here I made. I tried to make it look like a postcard. Anyway, see, I made it smaller and then I immediately forgot I'd zoom in. Duh. All right, so I'll just go through this in case there's any questions. I'll change this to... Where's the topic? Ah, there it is. Party chat? Okay. All right, so... yeah, pretty much... News fans, old and new, let's all gather at Booty Bay for fishing, fashion, fighting, feasting, and frolicking. It's not really going to be a frolicking, but I really wanted to have like a fifth alliterative F there, so I had to go for frolicking. I can't think of another F word that would stand in for riding around, so, you know, we went with frolicking, and it's just how it is. So, to answer your question though, Vogie, now, when you look at this post, it'll be posted in your local time. Your local time, not mine. So for me, this is 12 p.m. For you, it might be different. So when you look at the post, Discord has a way of making timed posts relative to the person looking at them. So it will be April 27th, but the time might be slightly different. Just keep that in mind. So anyone of all levels, factions are welcome. I say RP is encouraged, but not mandatory. So like, I don't want our peers to feel like they can't come, and I don't want people to be mean to other people for doing RP while they're there. It will be on the Northern server. I plan it to be 3 hours long. Now, if you remember, my first TMOG competition, was 3 hours. I have plans to streamline it, make it quicker. I have some stuff in the works for that. We're going to Booty Bay. We're just going to show up on Booty Bay. I've already been in chats with some of the RPGMs to see if they might be able to get some props, platforms, furniture, stuff in the works. That's still up in the air. We'll see what happens. If not, we can still work with Booty Bay. It's fine. So these are the activities I have planned. All right, and this is like the order I want them to happen in, so that I can kind of space out my time. So the first one's fashion. That's going to be the TMOG competition. Now, as you'll see, registration opens an hour before the event, and spots are limited. As of right now, I'm thinking of limiting it to 36. So the first 36 people who walk up to me with an entrance fee of 5 or 10 gold, you'll get registered, and then boom, you're in. And then I won't take any more applications after that. Now, some people always say, oh, what if I get there late? And it's okay. There's other stuff happening later. It's fine. Also, if I have a smaller group of people to deal with for TMOG, it'll make my life a lot easier to make sure the pacing of everything works better. So if you really want this, if you really want to do the TMOG competition, then make sure you are there in Booty Bay an hour before the event starts. I'll have people form a line and all that. I don't think I'm going to have more than 36 people waiting an hour ahead of time. It could happen. Well, I'll try to adapt if that happens, but we'll see. So after the fashion show, after the TMOG competition, there'll be a fishing event. So this is going to be hey, everybody, get out your fishing rod. You have X amount of time to catch X amount of fish, as much as possible, and then the winner will get some kind of arbitrary prize or something like that. I say feasting because you got to cook your fish. So when you vendor them, they're worth more, but also it'd be a nice fun thing to kind of just cook up a bunch of fish and then we can eat them. After that, this is the frolicking. Again, it's not really frolicking. It's going to be an RP speed caravan, and we're going to go to Guribashi Arena. So, if you've been to any of my fishing chats, a lot of times when we're done fishing, we get on our mounts, we click on RP speed, and we go to a spot. And so that's what that will be. Then after that, we have fighting. Get in the pit. We're going to be at Guribashi Arena. Whether people want to fight me, whether people want to settle a score, whether people just want to have a good time, just go in the pit and fight. The RPGMs might be able to spawn something cool. Not necessary. It could or could not happen, but generally I think the Guribashi Arena is just a good time. Especially if you have enough people that you can get a res somewhat regularly. It's nice. So that's sort of what I have planned for the Booty Bay celebration party. Oh man, I used the wrong picture for this. I had a different picture. Dang it. Oh wait, no, I think I did post a different one. Oh well. C'est la vie. I hope that answers enough questions. Were there any... Hello. Don't do that. Oh, okay. That was a screen capture. The thing I'm trying to avoid. Let's see. Two Slap Adventure, Johnny Ups, hello. Sarah to you 222. Wow, it's Johnny. Yes, it is indeed Johnny. I'm glad people know each other in chat. I have trouble remembering who all of you are. I know AF has been a long time watcher. Has watched about as long as Ricardin, who I think was the second person to ever comment on one of my videos. I remember those things. Yeah, did I have any other leaks or announcements to talk about? I'm just checking my stuff. I know there's one thing I definitely can't talk about. That one's different. So in the... Oh, wait a minute. I'll check this one too. Oh, right. So this is somewhat related to announcements. Some people who listened to and enjoyed the Under the Shell little radio show podcast that myself, Dan, and Akalix made, although to be fair, it's really Dan doing the production. We had an episode out in March, and we said we wanted to do things monthly. And that hasn't changed. What did change is the fact that I'm not in control. So like I can't say, hey, we need to do an episode, like it's been a month, right? So the issue here is that there is a big announcement, like even bigger than the profession change, I think. I don't have that confirmed. I actually don't know what the announcement is, but I do know that it's big enough that Akalix doesn't want to make another episode of Underneath the Shell until the stuff with that is rectified. Sinrex around here? Oh my goodness, Sinrex. There's a name I haven't heard in a minute. I think I actually have DM conversations with Sinrek where he tells me not to show my face. Also, for anyone curious, I almost thought about adding this. I have said I'm going to do a face reveal for the celebration stream. I have a galaxy brain idea for the face reveal. Let me see if I can show this. We're gonna go here and disguise. Okay. So there are uncategorized. So you see these things? So on Turtle WoW, they gave rogues an old deprecated thing back. It's a skill kind of like poison making, and it's just called disguises. There's a number of them. See, like this one says it right here. This skill allows rogues to apply disguises. It's like a low-level quest. You see that? And you get a little notebook piece of paper that tells you where you can pick up everything. Or you can't. It doesn't tell you where to find it, but it tells you that they exist. So there's some like fun disguises out there. There's you saw disguise. You saw, where is it? Yeah, Dalaran Wizard, Dark Iron Dwarf, the Defias disguise, Peasant, and Peon. So these are locked by faction. So if you are a Horde player, you get Peasant, and you look like a human peasant. And if you're Alliance, you get a Peon disguise. Same story. South Sea Pirate. Now all of these things too, like they have different reagents. They also have like you'll see on the tooltip, like this one, Stone Splinter Trog disguise requires Stone Splinter Rag. So not only do you need a cloth, you also need like a reagent to do them. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is not to point out the fact that it exists, and it could use some love, because it does. But I had a YouTube comment, someone saying like, wait, I thought you were the news orc. Like, you're telling me you've been a human this whole time? And I'm like, wait a second. What if I just tell everybody that I'm still an orc, but I'm using the rogue disguise kit to look like a human? You see? I'm ahead of everyone by a couple steps. That's literally my idea. So I can still keep in character. Although I still don't really have an explanation for why my voice doesn't sound orc enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially like get this little this icon here. I'm going to get one of these, and I'm just going to I'm going to add it somewhere to like stream to show that I have my disguise on. So people will know, and it's going to be attached to like whenever the camera becomes active. That's my way around it. I could say Orb of Deception, but here's the thing that you may not know. Disguises for rogues stay on. Now, if you get into any combat at all, they immediately fall off. Whereas something like the Orb of Deception, it stays on for 10 minutes and you can fight in them, but like it's only 10 minutes. Whereas rogue disguises, they stay on as long as you don't get into any kind of combat. I'm saying there's something to be said, you know, because if I put on the Orb of Disguise, people are like, hey, it's been 10 minutes. Shouldn't you change back to an orc? I'd be like, no. It's a disguise. You guys just don't know about Turtle WoW rogues. That's my galaxy brain idea. That's it. All right. And all right. So, all right. I said the thing about the podcast, and yeah. Also, just in general, I'm really excited that I made it to I'm gonna make sure I can do this in a way that does everything I do so I don't dox myself. Yep, this shouldn't dox me. So this is like your studio, YouTube studio thing you have if you're a creator in the space, as they say. That's like the lingo. You guys wouldn't get it, but here's what I want to show you guys. Like for real. We'll do that. And we'll stretch it out just a little bit, make it a little clearer. So like this was the episode that was released today. You can see the dates on the right-hand side when everything's been premiering. I have been doing this. Actually, yeah, it actually was a year. Oh, wait, you got it. Another 30? You'll see occasionally I find exploits that I keep on privated links. That's not a big deal. That's just, I think they even fixed that one. See, this is an unedited conversation I have with the RPGMs, and then this is the one I edited. And there it is. We have one more page. This is me soloing giants as a rogue tank. I was showing that off. All right. Yep. So this is my first one. Right there. You guys can just barely see it. I don't want to. That's it. It has actually been a full year. This was the first one. This is what the kids call the OG. Which, oddly enough, that stands for ocean grown. I don't. Why do they say those things? I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. So I thought, as a nice little treat. Let me just. Whoop. I want to pop this out so I can get. I'm gonna do. It seems very, very full of self-love. but I thought it might be cute to watch and see how far things have come, like for the server and for like the level of content I've made, because I think it's drastically changed or gotten better at least. All right, let's keep it in that mode. Quality is not going to be super good. The quality was never super good, but yeah. Let's take a look. You can actually hear, I think, me vaping. Oh, it's too quiet. Let's see if I can turn that up.
Hello, welcome to Turtle Wow News with Vrograg. I'm Vrograg, your news anchor orc, ready to bring you this week's news in Turtle Wow. We're broadcasting today from the Lobi-riddled streets of Razor Hill in Durotar. We'll likely get repeatedly asked for gold and watch as hardcore dies needlessly to an elite they don't yet realize is too strong to solo. Today, I'll be covering the Changelog from April 26th, and there's a lot of great stuff to get to. Our first story comes from the very last bulleted point posted by Jamie for the patch notes. The convergence of the element set has had some of their stats changed. In a controversial move, the TWOW team has made adjustments to the set because of an oversight in the item budget. Notably, the Flame Wrath leggings lost 10 strength, 7 agi, and 1 crit. The depths.
Just so you guys know, when I first started making these, I would actually I would record the audio and then I would play the audio in OBS. So all these transitions and stuff is stuff that I manually did. It was so difficult to get right. Dragonovi, just so you know, this is not, if you see the date, sorry, actually you don't see the date. We're just doing a little blast from the past to celebrate 1 year. Look, April 25th, you're okay. This is literally old news.
Stalker Helm lost 1% dodge and 3 MP5. And finally, the Windwalker boots lost 2 agility and 1 dodge. The Earthguard tunic remains unchanged as of this date. To those out of the loop, the Convergent set was added some time ago to Elemental Leatherworking, with patterns dropped off Elemental Lords in Silithus. They are, of course, custom Turtle WoW recipes, and by some measure, are great raid gear, boasting powerful set bonuses and flavorful effects based on the element used to create the piece. This change met the community with some upset and others pleased. Proponents of the change stated that the nerf was needed because the recipes didn't require any raid drops to make and would help keep them in line with their other similarly made crafted armor piece counterparts. Opponents of the change see it as a slight towards the leather-wearing classes that relied on this gear to progress content, and a cruel devaluing of both elemental leatherworking and the gold sunk to make the gear to begin with. Do you have any hot take on these changes, or did you not even know there was such a thing as elemental leatherworking? Let us know. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops.
You can still catch my mouse sometimes in some cuts. Love that. Love that.
Fixing an outstanding bias towards the turtle mount that affected many mount collectors on the server. Back on the update for November 7th, 2022, the turtle mount was given the ability to swim, keeping a generous 50% of its move speed while doing so. This quickly made the turtle a desirable mount for low and max level toons alike, because a minor river crossing, or the notorious Undercity moat, would not be enough to stop any.
All of you take for granted the fact that your mounts can swim.
From the custom Darkmoon Fair quest, a staple of all the realm's travelers for some time. However, it wasn't long before mount collectors and people who just don't like turtles aesthetically wanted to use other mounts in the water. Even if it wasn't as quick, it would still save them the hassle and wait of finding a bridge or even remounting. Then, like a miracle, this very April, the community got the news that all mounts could now swim. However, the rejoicing wasn't universal. one community was left out of that glorious Mount Swim fix. The proud owners of the purple tall strider, who, much to their chagrin, were saddened to find that their wacky two-legged bird would vanish when confronted with water. With the most recent update, all ostrich-loving people can join the rest of the people who can't be bothered to remount after swimming, because now your awkward bird can gracefully gallop through the water. There are still some remaining bug reports of other mounts yet to be added to the approved for swimming list. They will no doubt be added in the future. Is one of your favorite mounts still affected by the Mount Swim ban? Or can you handle remounting after a small river crossing? Let us know.
Oh my god, my pacing was terrible.
On to news affecting the grinders and fresh 60s on the server. Many who have plumbed the dark halls of Scholomance in the past have found to their consternation that the back half of the bosses on Turtle WoW would rarely, if at all, drop.
Also, one thing I have to point out here, I didn't have another tune to use for centering the camera. So you'll notice, like, when I turn, it's like when the camera turns, I just didn't think to myself to use another character as a camera yet.
The shared loot table, leaving those seeking tier 0 empty-handed, and the paladins and shamans hoping to put something, anything, in their idol slot dejected. According to the recent patch, though, those 5 bosses have had their loot tables amended and corrected to include a 100% drop chance
Greg, it wasn't
of the
a patch.
many blue goodies that they may have. It sounds like school is back in session for the many dungeon dwellers of Turtle WoW. Finally, we'd like to end on a developing story. Last week, there was news that summoned guardian pets, like the dog whistle from the Scarlet Monastery and the precocious abominable Grinch, would no longer have charges. Previously, items like this were simply removed from a player's inventory when no charges remained, and only a sad memory of their little buddy would remain. The change proposed last week indicated that those items would now have unlimited uses, but conditionally would have much longer cooldowns. The community was abuzz, with people ticketing GMs to have their old friends restored and pack rats dusting off their items they kept hoping to have so they could see their little friends once more. Sadly, though, the coding of the patch didn't seem to take, and many were saddened to find their pet items still had charges, and in some cases were tragically gone from their inventory once the player used the last of the charges on their pet, assuming that their pet would remain eternal. It would even seem that last week's patch notes were amended to remove this notion from the server population, but we here at Turtle WoW News with Vrograg have the documents. It would seem that in the most recent patch, that the server is giving it another try. We have received first-hand reports that the previous pets mentioned in the patch notes are now all working as previously intended, and GMs have been able to restore that which was lost. Perhaps this means a new golden age for collectors and lovers of little friends to join them on their journey. Hopefully, the glowing cat figurine, who was recently added to the ranks of guardian pets that are now trinkets with unlimited uses, will be added without any foreseeable issues. The world of guardian pets certainly is expanding now. It would be interesting to find out if there's any other guardian pets that haven't been added to the list, because in many cases these items are used up and never used again, and forgotten. Perhaps you have one that you'd love to see added to the list. Let us know. That is all the time we have for now. Thank you for joining me for a quick injection of news around the wonderful world of Warcraft on Turtle WoW. Feel free to send me any hot tips, investigation inquiries, or feedback right here in Whispers or through in-game mail. Bonus points for keeping it in RP. I've been your host, Vrograg. Hope to see you all. Loktar, and remember, knowledge is the deadliest weapon.
Well, that happened. Hold on, just bringing the music back. So, yeah, that was what the first the first public Turtle WoW news. There is technically another Turtle WoW news out there. There was an alpha, which, if you could believe it, was was literally, I think I would die if I watched it at this point. It was very rambly. It was just me walking in Azara talking about changelog stuff. That episode you watched was like my first like concerted effort to put some production value behind it. But yeah, so much has changed. But one thing has remained true the entire way, which is I am always fascinated by small, strange changes that affect a micro niche of the community. As you can see how, like, I must have focused, what, like a third of that episode on pet trinkets? Don't get me wrong, I love pet trinkets, but, you know, if I were to write that script again, even I would have made it a lot more concise, I would say. There's no way around that. But thank you, for those Dragonovi. It's not that bad. I agree. Shadow Kitten, I am proud of the work that I've done. Thank you. It's okay, Downey. You know, you can later look at. I mean, you can watch my first news episode now. It's still there technically. But yeah, that's a year in the making. I showed off the. Oh, there's actually one thing I did want to do that I hadn't done yet. I forgot to do this, but I wanted to do it just to show. There's one other really fun thing to think about, which is, it hasn't been exactly 1 year, but I can't remember what episode. It must have been sometime in May when I started doing the Market Watch stuff. I wanted to get the biggest. You can see these now. I wanted to get the longest index. So, if anyone who's watched my programming before knows that there is a difference between the SNV and the SNV 200, which is here. Now, I need to find some way to like explain what these are. I might have to like have like a graphic up, because anyone who's new who's watching is just like, what does that mean? But I've explained them in previous episodes, but I need to have some sort of boilerplate way of just like showing like, hey, this is what the SNV 200 is. But anyway, I started with the SNV, which is a much different metric. It just has, I think I can remember them. Black Lotus, Grom's Blood, Arcane Crystals, Large Brilliant Shards, Mooncloth, and Cured Ragged Hide. So when I do these, I can tell it when to start. We're going to go from... I want to say I started on May 20th? I'll make one of those. And then over on Item Daily, we'll do Black Lotus. I actually already have the Black Lotus one, I believe. Arcane Crystal. I started Stone Scale Eel later, so the data isn't as old. There's Mooncloth. You see how they're all grouped together? Because when I first made this is where they were in like the actual config file for the program. I'll might as well throw Black Lotus in there too, just in case it messes up. And we'll also do May 20th. We'll generate those graphs. Alright, I'll get rid of this, and we can take a look to see how much the economy has changed. Now, just give me a second to get these up. Okay, we have that. Oh, of course you're going to do that. I couldn't have done all this stuff too without my buddy Sonic making all these, making this script for me that could just make graphs on demand. So this is as far as I have historical data. This is where, so the regular S&B is just those 6 or 7 items, I believe, and this has been our growth. It kind of sort of matches roughly. I mean, it's not as accurate as the S&B 200. This is just 6 stocks. The 200 has 200 plus items. There's the large brilliant shard. It never really recovered after June. I mean, like, in May, June, it just fell off a precipice, and it's never gotten enough steam to come back. Mooncloth, I mean, one of the reasons I was following Mooncloth because back then Mooncloth was like a valuable, expensive item. It represented tailoring, but I mean, look how the mighty has fallen. Look at this. My theory the whole time, by the way, was that there was this, I called this the Mooncloth bubble right here. If anyone remembers, I called this the Mooncloth bubble because around that time, the team released what's called they said they were going to release what's called a Mooncloth set. And that set was, had some promising looking numbers, I would say, as far as like what it could and couldn't do. Let me see if I can, I'll show this off. Because not a lot of people even know the set even exists. And that's fine. You don't need to know. But so if we look for Mooncloth, so some of these are part of like a set that doesn't exist in Classic. And people thought like, oh, these are going to be like the new best in slot, like pre-raid BIS kind of thing going on. So around that time is when I started recording Mooncloth, and there was a big bubble of it going up. And that's what you see in that graph. Is that initial bubble. And then when people either got enough Mooncloth or the hype died down, it fell into a slump. It came back a little bit, but really it struggled with getting over 20, basically. It peaks over there, but can you believe at one point it was at 30? Back in May of last year? That's crazy to me. Arcane Crystal. I mean, Arcane Crystal literally is probably the best graph to show where population is at. I'm not even joking. That like, yep, here we are in May. Okay, June. Uh-oh, I think word got out about the server. It keeps going up. And then here's where Emerald Sanctum drops, right? This huge spike, I actually knew the people that were involved in making this spike. And this is why they have a vendor now who sells Arcanite rods in, what's it called? Nordinar, right? That sells it for 150. That's what this is right here. It was to stop this. And then it chilled out again. Which, honestly, is a lot like what's happened to the population on the server. Cured Rugged Hide. My contention is that I could never predict what Cured Rugged Hide's going to do. Over time, I just don't know. These are daily averages too. So this isn't like hour to hour. I mean, it never has like a smooth time doing anything. It's always jagged ups and downs. It's trended down. I think essentially what happened, my theory, right, this is just conjecture, is that right around here, there were too many crafting alts for the population. But then, the population started outgrowing how many crafting alts there were. Crafting alts can only be made so quickly. And then, around here, crafting alts started outpacing the population again. But then the population went away, and a lot of people, so they didn't really go away. A lot of people were here around this time. Probably right around here is when our biggest population was, like this whole center area. But I think that some of this is like people stopped making crafting alts or stopped bother selling, and then scarcity jumped up again as players started getting ready to raid and wanted cured hides. And it's gone back to like this, which isn't really where it started, which is interesting. So my theory is that cured ragged hide's just going to do what it does. I still think 30 is wild for a cured ragged hide, but... Grom's blood, of course. We all know Grom's blood. Everyone's favorite little herb. This one kind of always befuddles me. So we'll see, like right here. I remember Grom's blood getting scarce early on, and it was getting above a gold, and it was a big issue because people need that stuff to raid. And then as population increased, I think lasher farming really started in earnest around this time. I don't know why this happened. Whether it's market control, hoarding, the same amount of Grom's blood has, like, for this entire middle period, up until this spot, this entire period, the same amount of Grom's blood was available to everyone. You would either farm it, or you would go look for it. But, like, you would get the same amount in a lasher run. I think this, where they made the economy change and added it more frequently to lasher drops, that's what made this happen. And this is low historically for it. So that shows you how powerful that change was. And yep, Black Lotus. I think I showed a little bit of this off before. Certainly during Market Watch, I was showing the historical context for this. But yeah, there you go. Look, it's just growing up. Now, I expect this to come down a good deal. If anyone remembers in the changelog, they're changing the 2% to 4% for the proc chance. Hopefully that will help keep up with demand, because I'm going to tell you right now, when you, like, if you started raiding back when I started, which is like, you know, way off this chart to the left, you got used to this price. And slowly, like the frog getting boiled in water, you just slowly like, oh, I guess it's 40 gold now. Oh, I guess they're just 50 gold now. I don't want to be in a world where 60 gold is a normal for a Black Lotus. No one wants that world. Thank you for joining my TED Talk. $70 Black Lotus with DLC. Oh, jeez. Although, I think I shared it on my last stream. I was really excited. I did see confirmation, at least from Torta, that they're not planning on doing the loot box eggs anymore. I think that's a huge win for the community. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing more to add to that. I'm just excited that that was confirmed. Yeah. I'm curious if anyone has any questions. Murag did get home. I should probably pretend to be a good husband. Sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. But I don't think I have anything else I wanted to show off. Let me double check here. Oh, sweet, it's looped. That's my glam rock opening song. Just in case you missed it. AI music makes me feel gross, but at the same time, it makes me go like, hold on, was it hard to make music the whole time? Or maybe I just don't know music well enough, and that was actually just sounded terrible. I don't know. Let's see, so... Yeah. That's pretty much all I got for today. I was thinking of maybe, I might work a little bit on Vrograg on the Tel'abim server. I probably don't want to play him on stream because I don't want Alliance goons to come by and just stomp me. That won't be fun. Riddle, I will say that the AI makes music quicker even than you make your fantastic doodles, which is what makes me feel so weird about it. In fact, let me do something right now. Can someone in chat, I will take the best suggestion. Just I'll make a I won't make. I'm not going to make anything. I will use the AI thing I use to make a music track. I want someone to like describe what kind of song they want to hear. The first person to put a coherent description of a song doesn't have to be like a the only rules are don't what is it? Don't ever don't use an artist name, because like that will mess up. Like AI is like, oh wait a second, we don't do copyright stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But that's I think that's the only rule I can think of that it cares about. But yeah, I will literally, and it takes like 5 seconds. Okay, Riddle, I like what we're working with. Okay, hold on, let me change this. hold on, I have a fun idea. Making bad music with AI. We're gonna do that. This will be a fun activity. This will be a fun asterisk. All right, so for ideas, I have Bug Brain Death Metal, Bug Brain Rots the Mind, Silithid Carapace Time. I actually like this idea. It can do lyrics. If you want to expand on those lyrics, I can put them in. Let me see what happens. Go to create. Yes. Don't get angry at me. It's angry. We're gonna make a custom song. Bug Brain Death Metal. And then for lyrics we have Bug Brain Rots the Mind. It's not gonna like weird words, I'm gonna tell you that. Silithid Carapace Stuck in Time. I put the stuck in time to have the syllables sound better. Bug Brain Rots the Mind, Silithid Carapace Stuck in Time. We dive in the hive. Actually, you know, why don't I just, oh, because I don't want to dox myself again. It always comes back to this. I don't want to dox myself. I could just show you guys what I'm doing. All right. Oh, you know what? I have a smart idea. I have a studio mode. Studio mode lets me make changes before I put them up. What a huge idea. Alright. It prevents doxing. Well, it doesn't prevent it, but it helps stop it. Alright, I think that should block most stuff. Okay. We will transition. And I'll get out of studio mode. Okay. So you put the little slashes there so it knows where to like start the next part of the line you want sung. Downey, I'm using Suno. I'm not joking. Literally the reason why I just wanted to make crappy AI music is because I just wanted background music that wouldn't get me in trouble with copyright. Like that's literally it. And tell you what, it's done the job. It's not crazy. Just be like, hey, I just want some like mood music for when I talk. And then like everything's like, oh, you have to license this music for $200 a month. And then even then we can come back and claim the copyright. I'm like, you know what? Just forget it. Forget I even asked. Like, what's a little baby creator supposed to do? Sorry, I'm gonna stop whining about it. We dive in the hive. We thrive on misery and spite. None of us are all right. We dive in the hive. Thrive on misery and... Oh, spelled that wrong. Misery and spite. And then finally, none of us are all right. All right is one L for some odd reason. Hopefully it understands Silithid. I am worried about this word, but we'll see what happens. Bug brain death metal. Do I need to do anything else here? Enter a title. Riddles. Death metal. You can see all the other songs I've made before too. I've made actual blues song too. I didn't like how it came out, but I just made it. This hive thrives. I mean, if we're gonna crowdsource a whole song, like I can do a verse and then a chorus. Well, to be fair, the oh, sorry, style of music. I didn't even write that down. The style of music, as written by Riddle of Lightning, was literally bug, brain, death, metal. I have no idea what it's going to do with that. Oh yeah, the sea shanty was great. Actually, I can even show you too. Like, I went through a couple... Oh, these are alphabetical now? I didn't ask them to do that. Does it auto-delete them? Interesting. I'm glad I downloaded them now. Yeah, it actually deleted some of my work. Interesting. It's not a big deal. I'm glad I have it downloaded. Bug brain death metal. All right, I'm willing to let this rock. We'll see what happens. Let me first go to VLC and turn that off for a second, because it doesn't really take long to make songs. Riddles death metal, bug brain death metal. Also, this is the tooltip. It goes, describe the style of music you want. Acoustic, pop. Suno's models do not recognize artists' names, but do understand genres and vibes. So hopefully bug brain is like a vibe that it understands. All right, here we go. It always makes 2. I don't know why, it just does. This song is dedicated to all of those that are out there bug bashing. If you're bug bashing, I'm with you in spirit. I am certainly not with you, but I am with you in spirit because I did my time in a bug bash, and it is tough. All right, we have one that's ready. Afterwards, also, I don't... okay, hopefully this sounds balanced. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I'll turn it down if it looks like it's peaking. Okay, wait, did one of them disappear? Am I losing my mind? What? Yeah, it usually makes 2, and one of them just disappeared. What? Oh, okay. All right. I guess this is the one. Don't know where they are in their lyrics. I'm trying to figure out where they are in the lyrics. They usually end around 2 minutes. Sorry, I had to stop it just to say, just so you can get a palate cleanser in case you need one after that. I guess there were lyrics. I couldn't tell. So using that same prompt, it spits out 2, and this is the second one. It auto plays because, I don't know, God forbid they actually like make a good UI. Yeah, it kind of does to me too, AF. I'm not gonna lie. All right, here's the second one. Afterwards, we'll vote on which one's better. I say with the lyrics. I can hear the lyrics. I kind of agree with you, AF, but I couldn't understand the lyrics. Oh, and that one stopped a lot quicker too. It only got to 1:10. I don't know what that's about. Because a lot of times the songs will go to like a full 2 minutes. I would agree with AF. I think the first one was better musically. The only reason I like this one is at the beginning I could actually keep along with the lyrics. That's literally how hard it is to quote unquote make a song. I didn't do anything. I am just a hack. But there you go. That's your song. I can, if you want a riddle, I could take this, and then I would download the audio. And now I will share that. I will share that with you and anyone else doing a bug bash. Is there any other requests? I have like. I got plenty of credits. I didn't know how much I would need or how well this program would really work, so I took all that ad revenue, all $5 of it, and I just put it right into this bad boy. Most of the backing music you've been hearing today, all except for one track has been AI generated. So it can do like kind of any vibe you want. So I am concerned about them removing tracks. I didn't know they just... Maybe it's in my library? Wait. Make sure I don't dox myself when I look at my library. Hold on. It was not there. That's sad. All right, I'll pass that along, Riddle. Let me make sure I didn't get any urgent Discord messages that said, "Oh my God, you forgot this thing." Okay. All right, looks like I'm not missing anything. All right. All right, we'll end it there. There'll be much merriment this weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone. If you can't make it, don't worry about it. It's okay. I do plan to do more TMR competitions in the future. I know I've said that before, but I actually mean it. So there's that. And yeah, I appreciate everyone dropping by, checking out the new changelog. I hope you like the new news video. I'm very happy, and I'm very, I would say humbled, honestly, about getting as far as I have with with doing Turtle Wow News. You know, I ended the little message thing I did with hey, don't be afraid to make something, be creative. Everyone has talents. Put yourself out there. I do mean that genuinely. Everyone should. And you'd be surprised how much it can help make all these little spaces we're in feel like communities. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Probably next time I stream will be for the big event this weekend. I might do a random one if for some reason work's really slow or something, but I'll probably take my extra free time and do stuff for planning for this weekend. Thank you. Appreciate all of you watching. I'll see you Saturday. Remember to take care of one another. Be safe. Whenever you're playing video games, stop, take a moment, remember to have fun. And as always, knowledge is a deadly weapon.